To pee or not to pee? That is today's question. If you're ready to make a real splash in your extracurricular activities, then you're in the right place. All right, all right. Enough puns. Enough puns. Today we're going to be talking about water sports or piss play or pee. And it remains in some circles a taboo paraphilia, similar to an earlier podcast we did on scat play. Uh, and it's viewed or it has that social stigma of being dirty or disgusting. But, when we consider that urine is almost sterile when it leaves the body, that really seems like an odd conclusion. As well, we don't want to kink shame anyone. Uh, uh, Regardless of what your kink is, there is someone somewhere who is not into your kink and thinks those same things about your kink, whatever it may be. I am Primal Piggy. You can reach me, or you can find me on Facebook at the Primal Piggy, all one word. You can also find me as an admin of a rather large Facebook page called Whips, Chains, and Duct Tape, about 120,000 followers. And you can find that on Facebook at WCDT BDSM. You can find all of our resources at www.bdsmunited.com. And if you're listening on whatever your favorite platform is today, Spotify, iTunes, Google, and or one of the other many that we're on, please leave a review so that people can hear what you like or dislike about our podcast. So there's many reasons why people choose to engage in water sports. Some like the simple arousal surrounding the thought or the sight of urine. Some are into achieving a greater level of intimacy between partners, uh, as in a greater intimate connection. And, some like to intensify and enhance their BDSM, degrading humiliation play. And so it's time to put your fears aside and realize all of your wet dreams. Oh, that's just terrible. Okay, I said all of the puns aside. Okay. So, in the world of risk aware consensual kink, or REC for short, we always like to put safety first. And so we want to know what risks there are, some of the do's and don'ts, before even learning or thinking about the how to's. For those interested in golden showers, water sports, and drinking urine, uh, one has to wonder if it's even safe. Remember, what goes in must come out, so any medication or supplement will possibly be excreted into urine. The main concern with drinking urine is the sodium and the mineral content. It's also best if the person providing the urine drinks water about an hour before the water sports takes place. It's never a good idea to drink urine while you're dehydrated because it'll make you even more dehydrated. To reduce the risk of transmitting bacteria, it's a good practice to start midstream rather than at the very beginning. This allows the urethra to be flushed of any lingering bacteria in the event of a urinary tract infection. If you're worried about STIs or STDs, studies show that urine doesn't have any visible traces of blood, or sorry, urine that doesn't have any visible traces of blood is unable to transmit STIs or HIV. And but this isn't an excuse to not to share your status or for your partner to know your status. It's often better to be safe than sorry. when we're dealing with fluids of any kind. If you're using catheters, sterilize your equipment. Um, some of the do's are remember to drink plenty of water, at least an hour before uh, the water sports. Check the biological status of your playmate before getting started. Urine can facilitate Hep B. Avoid strenuous activities beforehand to prevent dehydration. And if you're using any kind of equipment, any urethral sounds or any of those kinds of things, or catheters, while you're as part of your BDSM play, sterilize any of that equipment before use. A couple don'ts here or don't drink urine if you're at all dehydrated. Don't engage in water sports without discussing it with your partner first. It would be a bad idea just to, because it may be a a boundary or a limit, whether hard or soft, of your partner. And don't use any diuretic drugs as part of your play. So let's talk a little about the how tos. This is really a good beginner's guide here. So if you want to, this is so bad. If you want to dip your toes into warm waters before diving in the deep end, the puns never cease. I am so sorry. The puns never cease. This is my research material, and apparently I was in a bit of a campy mood. Uh, well, um, let's take a leak next time you're alone in the shower. Watch your partner and have them watch you urinate. Try this in the shower at first, but if you're feeling adventurous, maybe take it outdoors, in a place that is discreet and in a place where it's not illegal. So be aware of public regulations. We don't want to get arrested. And have a shower with your partner and ask them to urinate and hold your hand in their stream. As you get more and more comfortable, sit down, lay down in the bath, and ask your partner to pee over your stomach. And, for some people, you may experience an orgasm from this activity. Um, so, um, so uh, perhaps you don't have a partner, perhaps you're not partnered, and so there are some types of pee play you can do on your own. You can capture your pee in a receptacle, and you can, using like an enema bag, you can stream it on yourself. uh, and so you can there are things you can do to do with yourself if you're unpartnered and you want to participate in this type of play or this type of kink. So when you're getting started, you first need to think, do you want to give or do you want to receive? Do you want to be the top, the one peeing, or the bottom, the one being peed on or in? Or, what do you want to get? What's your goal of your water sports fetish? Is it sexual arousal? Uh, you know, is it intimate connection? Is it humiliation or degrading? Some people, they become aroused by the sensation of wetting themselves while fully clothed or watching as someone else does it. Um, Others enjoyed holding in their urine or watching someone else do so. And there are those who enjoy the voyeurism of watching someone urinate or the exhibition of urinating in a public place. So there's a lot of different ways that people enjoy. There's also urinating within a vagina or urinating within an anus. Uh, there are things filling people with piss. That's one way, or one other way. There's things that have to do with things like enemas or urethral sounding. So there are equipment things that may play a part um, in this kink. Um, there's human urinal, where some people like to have multiple people pee on them, or like to be peed in their mouth. Some people like to use a urinal gag, where uh, someone can pee into the gag and it automatically goes in the mouth. Some people in the adult baby diaper lover crowd, ABDL, they like to wet diapers. Some people like to change wet diapers. And so there is a kink for everyone that has to do with water sports. And so a lot, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people. And so, uh, let's see here. Um, Self peeing, let me just talk about that one more time. It's like the water sport equivalent of masturbations. Try to get your genitals above your face. You can do this by lying on your back with your shoulders and propping your legs up against a wall. And then, you can try to urinate on yourself like that. That may be an option. Uh, let's look at a few more things to consider. Um, Diet. To avoid leaving a foul taste in your partner's mouth, um, still steer clear of foods that are high in protein, like eggs, meat, and cheese, and caffeine. Just before or in the run up to your play. Um, Try drinking a lot of fruit juice, like pineapple juice or apple juice, about 45 minutes prior, or a bunch of water. This dilutes the urine and it makes it taste better or nicer. Environment, as water sports uh, is wet, it's important that your space is at the optimal temperature to avoid getting the wrong sets of chills. Um, if it's too cold, and also, um, you know, uh, the mess. Uh, a lot of people enjoy it in the shower, but there's maybe some mess to clean up still. You can use the puppy pads, or the kind of diaper pads that go on the ground underneath you. Those are kind of portable. A portable way, you could use a drop cloth or a plastic sheet, or they make plastic sheets for your bed. They make water sports, or they make the mats that look similar to, that are a little bit inflatable, that are on your bed, that have ridges around them to contain liquid if there's a lot of liquid. And so it's like a mat with inflatable edges. So there's all kinds of gags and things as well. Um, so uh, Another thing to consider is that, just similar to scat play, that this can be simulated without having to actually be anything that someone gets pee in their mouth or on them. Warm apple juice, warm water, um, warm alcohol. There's different type, anything that sort of resembles a yellowy color, warm fruit juice. But you want to warm it up because urine is somewhat warm when it comes out of the body. Um, uh, so there's some other things to think of. There's face sitting. There's piss popsicles, piss Kool Aid. Your imagination you can really use your imagination and your creativity. Piss can be used as a lubricant. You can primally mark people or items as your property. Of course, there's the ADBL crowd. You can utilize diapers. You can also utilize things like Depends. If you're not into baby diapers, you can utilize things like Depends and things like that to feel the sensation of urine on your body without the mess. Um, Again, there's filling up your partner's vagina or their anus. Uh, so it doesn't have to be around your face or your mouth. It can be on other parts of your body, but it can also be right there. And so I hope that gave you a really good look at water sports, at golden showers, piss play, pee play, whatever you want to call it, whatever you like. Uh, I am Primal Piggy. You can reach me on Facebook at the Primal Piggy, all one word. You can see me as well on Whips, Chains, and Duct Tape at WCDT BDSM. Thank you for listening today. I really enjoyed making this this beginner's guide to water sports.